What's happening, everybody? What's going on?
We grilling, baby.
We're grilling, baby.
We grilling, baby.
Shout out to my man Adam Lacey for that awesome little intro we got. Well, we moving and grooving from the beginning. We coming in hot.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
How is everybody?
Doing great.
Good.
Nice. Doing good. Went rollerblading.
It's raining here. It's raining here, but we're still having a cookout.
Yes. Awesome.
Still in the rain.
Right.
All right. So it's time for the weekly scurvy check. Adam, do you have scurvy?
Negative.
Negative. Okay, that's good. Damon.
None here.
Okay. Mr. Buckeye.
Scurvy free, baby. Scurvy free.
Me too. As of yet, I'm scurvy free. That's good to know. Okay, weekly confessional. It's the confessional time. Russ, we'll start with you.
I'm good, baby. Hey, listen, the burrito massacre was, the burrito in the past. I have, been forgiven by the keto gods, and I had some vegetables and some ground beef a couple of days, and that's it. Yeah, I was very, very good.
Excellent. Okay, hey, hold on, Damon. What carbohydrates did you cheat this week? Did you cheat some carbs?
I did. I had a few tomato slices. I did. I had it on my burger.
No problem, man. That ain't no problem at all, brother. Hey, listen, I didn't even mention the sweet tea. I said the burrito. I didn't even mention brother.
All right, Adam. What about you?
Goose egg.
Bum, 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 bum. Wait, I'm not the sound effects.
Hey, listen, he sent enough for a lifetime. He had 2 pieces of cake and kettle corn. Come on, man.
I'm good for the year.
Okay. So what was my cheat this week? What was I purposely cheated so I could have something to report during the weekly confessional.
Nice.
That's great.
I had a few sips of coffee that had milk in it.
Oh man, you're living the high life.
I feel like there was something else also, but I can't remember. Maybe it was a dream.
Yeah.
It was a dream.
Walking the edge.
Yeah,
Oh man.
like a dozen donuts.
Oh yeah, there was that Dunkin' Donuts strip. Oh, yesterday, Sunday, we're at a barbecue and there was so much sugar there. Yesterday was the aftermath with my kids, but I refused all sugar and it had the best cheesecake and I refused the cheesecake and I felt really good. I just didn't even want it because I knew what would happen if I ate that cheesecake. I would just feel terrible and I didn't want to, and probably even still feel terrible today.
Awesome.
My kids were not good yesterday. All right.
Good job.
Don't we have a video?
We do.
I guess I could bring it in. Last week and maybe the week before that too, I mentioned ketogenic living being 100 carbs or less, and I was challenged on that by some folks. And listen, I'm new to the space and all that kind of stuff, so I don't always know all the lingo and the jargon. But people are like, 100 carbs, where did you get that from? So I have a video showing people that I did not just make it up. So you can run the video there, Adam.
Here we go.
So I think that a proper human diet never includes more than 100 grams of total carbohydrates, all coming from real, natural, whole food, one ingredient carbohydrate foods. Some examples of these would be broccoli, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, collards, turnip greens, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. These are real carbohydrates that are not made in a chemical factory, that are not processed and packaged in plastic and cardboard boxes. These are things that actually grow in the dirt.
We're back.
All right.
So That is where I got it from because I am a Barry disciple. I am a Barryite. Everybody knows my Mount Rushmore. Barry, Dickman, Chafee, and Hampton. That's my Mount Rushmore, my ketogenic Mount Rushmore there. So those are the guys I listen to. That's where I got it from. But I think those people are right because, or I know where they're coming from because I think that's his proper human diet. Which, if you're a Barry fan, if you're a guy that listens to Doc Barry, he talks about the proper human diet. And I think keto and keto stuff might be a little different than that. So I'm nowhere near 100. Obviously, I'm like 15, which leads me to another thing I want to talk about. I'm going to start using what I call the carb number when I talk to people and when I do my keto evangelism. And I think the community should think about maybe using that because all the carnivore, ketovore, dirty this, dirty that, for me, it's a little bit much. And I think for new people, especially, I know I was confused when I first got into all this, but if I tell you my carb number is 15, which is the average number of carbs I eat on a day, a regular normal day for me, or your number is 12, or somebody's is 50, somebody's is 80, you can kind of know where you're at on the scale without having to call yourself, label yourself as something. So, and I think it helps people to, especially people who don't know anything about the way we live or whatever, gets them started to figure out what their number is, and then we can work on getting it down from there. So just a thought, just an idea.
Yeah, that's good thoughts, Russ. And I like the clip from Dr. Barry too, because I had never seen that before. And you're right. I don't think he's talking about keto, but I'm wondering if that's more of a like once you got to your normal weight or whatever that 100 carbs is probably not really going to bother you.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to go too long with the video. I just wanted to defend my 100 carbs, just where I got it from. But he definitely later on in the video that 100 carbs would be somebody young, very active, physically, fit and that kind of stuff. And then he talks about people who are older, more sedentary, and he goes all the way down the scale. But when you think about it, are you kidding me? 100 carbs a day. I mean, good grief. That's like 30 carbs a meal. That's not very much compared to what most people eat.
Right. 10 times less.
They drink 100 carbs, a meal, alone eat.
For sure.
So just like I said, just something that I'm going to start doing. Maybe it'll catch on. Other people will do it. So if I ask you what your carb number is, you got to know.
Yes, sir. All right. We did the carb check, right?
We did the carb check. We did the weekly confessional, and now we got some special guests, don't we?
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Wait, what?
What?
Who's that?
Somebody's at the door. Who came to the cookout?
Hello.
We have Ron. Hi, Ron.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, Ron.
How are y'all?
Good.
Good.
Great.
Are we grilling, baby?
We grilling, baby.
We grilling,
Grillin Baby.
All right.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here. I'm in
Where are you from?
Texas,
Okay.
Nice.
the big DFW area.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go.
And
Oh,
Aaliyah
really big.
misses Texas, she tells me.
I
Yeah.
do miss
Okay.
Texas. I do miss
Yes.
I'm a little further south.
A longhorn or a
Not a Longhorn. No, I'm not a Longhorn.
no?
My dad would kill me if I said I was a Longhorn since he graduated from Texas Tech. He would probably kill me.
The Red Raider.
Yes, he is.
All right.
So-
All right. Love it.
So
That's
how are
awesome.
y'all today?
Glad you're here. Glad you're here, brother.
I'm
Doing
glad
great,
to be
man.
here. So, I guess y'all need to know my story, right?
Yeah.
Give it to
Okay.
us.
Well, my channel is Overcoming Carbs, and I started it basically to document the benefits of carnivore on what it has done for my wife and for myself. I have lost 67 pounds since starting it.
Oh, yeah.
We started it
Wow.
April the 24th.
Wow.
And
That's great.
I've lost 67 pounds. I started at 440 pounds, and I'm now at 373 pounds.
That's awesome.
And in that time frame, I've also lost 24.75 inches over my body.
Jeez.
Oh,
Wow.
And this is my 114th day on the diet. And my wife has lost 14 pounds, but with her, she is battling hypothyroidism and celiac disease.
Mhm.
And she's on a
Wow.
beta blocker because she's on 120 milligrams of Armour thyroid just to get her to a level where her thyroid hormones are somewhat normal. So she's on a beta blocker, and that's also slowing down her metabolism. So she's fighting that while trying to lose weight. And so that's not helping her. But because we went to the carnivore diet, she's able now finally to start losing weight for the first time since 2012.
that's awesome, man. Sounds like somebody needs a round of applause, I think, for that, man. Somebody needs to.
Well, where is it, Adam?
I love that. I love that, man. Now, tell us, did you start out carnivore or did you migrate to carnivore? How did you?
Well, my wife has been pretty much low carb or keto, kind of like you, Russ, since 2012 because of the hypothyroidism, because she always had to, limit her carbs. She's been about 15, the number, as you've been talking about. She's been 15 or less, but if she'd ever go above 15, she gained weight.
Yeah. Wow.
So if she'd eat anything, it'd just go on her. I mean, she just gain. So I finally I saw the video about Dr. Barry talking to Kelly Hogan.
Yeah.
And Kelly was talking about how she was able to lose weight and everything. And I was like, hey, watch this video with me and just see what you think. And she watched it with me. She goes, well, I've already cut out everything else with my celiacs, and I've cut out pretty much everything with going on keto. So let's go ahead and try it. And I said, you know what? You're going to do it. I'm going to do it with you.
Nice.
So it's one thing to do it by yourself, but if you have a partner that'll do it with you,
Yeah.
then you have that support. And I wanted to support her with it. And I said, when we went to the doctor, I said, hey, I need to do it. And when I got up there and we were both going to do the blood work, and then I got up there and I got on the scale at the doctor and it showed me 440 pounds, I said, I got to do this. I got to do something. I got to change something. So
Did you have a ketogenic doctor or?
No, it's not even an endo. She went to an endocrinologist, and the endocrinologist kept on wanted to keep pushing and pushing and pushing Synthroid on her. And kept on having her come back about, well, we can't get your numbers right. We can't get your numbers right. And the doctor, and this one lady said, well, you need to go to this doctor that's pretty local to us, but she wasn't on our insurance. So we said, well, you know what? It's going to be a cash option to go see her. So let's just go see her and see what she has to say. So we went to the doctor, and the doctor said, I'm going to put you on Armour. I'm going to start working with the way you feel. And we're going to work with you and work on the symptoms and not on the numbers. Yeah. And so she totally changed in 2018 when we finally went to her. And that with going to a new doctor, a family practitioner, and totally changed everything about her. And we were so blessed to have her come into our lives. And she's a Christian lady who basically helped everything that we did from that point on, and just works with us. And she is open. I even told her when I went back to go see her May the 11th on my first appointment back, she's like, okay, when I went back to go see her and I lost 20 pounds on May the 11th, she's like, okay, what are you doing? Because she's like, you lost 20 pounds since I saw you on April the 11th. What's going on? I said, well, I'm doing carnivore. And she goes, oh, you mean what Jordan Peterson did? And I was like, oh, okay. So you know about it. she's like, oh yeah, I know about it. And she started going off, and then I was like, okay, so I don't need to explain this to you then. And she's like, no. I said, okay. And so we went on and talked about it a little bit longer. She goes, you just keep on doing that, and you come back and see me every month. And then we started talking some more. And then she wants me to come back in October and do some more blood work. But my blood work in April was my liver was fine, my kidneys were fine, my A1C was 5.9, so I was kind of, that pre-diabetic, which half of America is pre-diabetic or diabetic, type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic anyway. And so she wasn't really concerned with how it was. She just wanted to make sure that in October we were just going to do my blood work again just to see and to make sure that my cholesterol and everything still looks good, but she's not really concerned about any kind of increase in it because everything looked good in April.
Yeah. So now tell us about your channel. When did you start your channel, and what can folks expect to see when they tune in to Round Overcoming Carbs? Is that the name of your channel?
It's Overcoming Carbs, and I started it in July. I started it because I basically went out and registered for it in like May, but that's the funny thing about it is I didn't really go out there and put anything out there because I didn't think anybody would really listen because I didn't have any progress at the point. I was like, who would want to listen to somebody who just lost 20 pounds, or what can I really say about weight loss or anything like that? What benefit is carnivore to anybody when somebody only loses 20 pounds? And then I finally decided in July that I'm going to put out an introduction out there about what it's done for me and my wife. And I did that in July, and I put a 4-part series out there. And I also put out information out there about, I go out there and look for the weekly ads because people talk about, can you afford carnivore? Is it sustainable? Can you actually afford the meat and everything? Can you afford to buy the beef? And can you do this? And a lot of people say, do you have to get grass fed? And do you have to do all these things? And I go out there and I look at all the store ads and to see what's on special for that week. And I just put it out there. I said, hey, this is what's on special for the week. This is what's at Kroger. This is what's at Tom Thumb. This is what's at Aldi. This is what's at Market Street. This is what's available this week. If you're in the DFW area, go look at it. Like last week, they had an unadvertised special. Kroger was giving ribeyes for $5.99 a pound.
Nice.
And I was like,
oh, nice.
I'd buy them all.
I went to the store and it was right there. I was like, holy cow, they got it for $5.99 a pound.
I got a question for you there, Ron. Did you have to pick the green spots off of it, or did they do that for you?
The green what? Did I have to pick the what off of it?
I said $5.99 a pound. Did you have to pick the green spots off of it, or did they do that for you before you
No,
bought it?
it was no green. There was no green spots. No. I look at some of those sometimes when they have them over in the corner. Those reduced prices. No, it wasn't like that. This was actually the value pack, family pack meals that were sitting right there, and I was like shocked.
I'm just messing with you. You may have heard about me. I'm kind of a jokester there.
Oh, hey, I understand, Russ. Don't worry. I understand.
Hey, but I want to tell you, man, brother, sing your song, okay? Sing your song your way, your voice, your story, okay? It doesn't matter if people want to sing along or not, okay? You sing your song because you don't know who you're going to reach when you put these things out there, because people need to see folks at all different levels, all different stages of the journey. There's somebody out there who's just like you, who's maybe thinking about it, maybe afraid of it, maybe their doctor told them it'll kill them, who knows what, and they see you. It hits different.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I'm a 500-pound guy myself. And, when you're watching a 180-pound guy tell you what to do, it hits different than watching another 500-pound guy tell you what to do.
Yes, sir.
Right?
It's true. And I was really scared to go out there and say anything.
Man, listen, tell your story, what it's done for you. Listen, I'll make a little announcement here. I'm down a little bit. I'm down to 5'11", down another 4 pounds. I was 5'15". I still look like the before and after picture. Okay, I understand all that, but I can tell you this: if I never lost another pound, what ketogenic living has done for me so far is enough.
Mhm.
Just losing the 30 plus pounds that I've lost. I don't care if I never lose another pound, brother. I mean that. It's been worth it just to get to this point. So again, you don't know who you're inspiring and who's looking at you when you do that stuff. So don't worry about that. If God wanted us all to sound like Dr. Barry, we'd all be wearing overalls falling off the back of tractors.
I tell you,
brother, do
one
your
of
thing
the
your way. Yeah.
one of the biggest victories though that I had is that when I walked up the stairs at work, just one flight of stairs, and I wasn't out of breath when I got to the top.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was when I decided one day I was just gonna, you know what, let me just walk up these stairs and just get to the top. And when I got up to the top, and I was like, what just happened? Because usually I'm like going to my desk and I'm going, I'm like, am I gonna die? And I get to my chair. And then
Get the
I'm
paddles out.
like, there is a defibrillator right there at the top of that. I'm like, why is there a defibrillator right here at the top of these stairs?
Right.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. I used to dream about long romantic walks to my refrigerator.
I was like, oh my gosh. But then when I made it to the top of those stairs, I was like, this is one of those non-scale victories you don't ever talk about. When you hear people say non-scale victory, just get to the top of the stairs without being out of breath. That's a victory.
Right. There's a video for you.
Yeah, and those are the things those are the things that mean something because they're life changing. That number on the scale isn't going to change the quality of your life.
That's right.
Right.
Being able to do those things does, man. So that is awesome. That is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to say, Ron, I started my channel day one of carnivore diet at 209.8 pounds or 9.9 pounds. And I just started filming, and I didn't think about if people wanted to listen to me or not. I just started filming, and I somehow got people to listen to me. Wow.
I still have it in the back of my head though. Are they really going to listen to what I say? Or
Somebody will. Somebody will.
Some people won't. But again, it's you don't know what stage they're at in the process, and that's
right.
If it's somebody that's on the couch and has never even thought about, or just like I said, maybe they've thought about it. Kelly Hogan was big for me. I call her Keto Barbie. But if she ever sees it, I just hope she doesn't. One day, somebody just approach me from the rear and whack me in the head with something. It'll probably be her. But she was big for me because she has had a lot of older people on her channel that have been doing it a longer time, as well as she. I think at 13 years at the time, and that was really big for me in getting started. Was I want to see people that have been doing this for 10 or 15 or 20 years, show me the longevity. And so going to her channel and watching her was at the beginning was big for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Shout out to Kelly Hogan. It's My Zero Carb Life, I think. Is that her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Shout out to Kelly Hogan. Keto Barbie. Love you, sis. Love you. Well, anybody got anything else for Ron?
No.
Go ahead.
No. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here.
Stop by anytime.
Hey, listen, I want to see you again, brother. I want to see you again. You grab your plug out there and hit us one time with the We Grillin' Baby.
All right, We Grillin' Baby.
Yeah.
I love it.
See you later, Ron.
Carbs, right? Overcoming Carbs on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go over there, check him out. He sounds like a great guy. I want to go over there, subscribe, and hit some likes myself, brother. We appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. All right.
There you go.
I gotta read two chats. We gotta read two chats.
Yeah, let's read some chats here.
Liberty Twitcher. I was gonna say Liberty Witcher or Twitcher.
Liberty Twitcher. Yep.
Like twitching or Twitch. Okay. Anyway, so true. If someone were to tell me there are no health benefits to keto, I feel so much better on it. I'd continue it anyway. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I want to say like 1 week in, maybe 2 weeks in, I was holding my daughter and I was not worried about back pain. And usually if I had to pick up my daughter, I'll be like, pick up, give to husband. And that was like the extent of it. And yeah, quality of life so much better. I'd prefer to be able to hold my daughter if she wants to be held, as opposed to, no.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
You know,
And folks, we talk, we don't talk about it enough as a ketogenic community, the total health benefits of keto lifestyle.
right. No, we
Whatever level you're at, carnivore, keto, low carb, man, it's total health and wellness. It's infertility, it's dementia, it's Alzheimer's, it's high blood pressure, diabetes, overweight. I mean, there's so many things that science is now linking to, a ketogenic life and being able to benefit from it. So just because you're, not overweight or don't have a weight problem doesn't mean that health-wise you won't benefit from, ketogenic living.
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
true.
Exactly. And we have another nice comment we're going to read here. Oopsies. Michael, good evening, all. It's people like you sharing your journey that has helped and motivated me to drop 30 plus pounds since I started about 5 weeks ago. Still have a long way to go. Well, that's awesome, Michael. I'm so happy to hear that.
That's awesome. Good job, man.
I think we have another guest. Yeah, hiding in the green room.
Well, somebody
outside. Oh,
who's at the cookout?
Who's at the door?
Hey,
nice. Hey, how's it going?
Yes, it's going well. Adam, Russ, Damien, it's really nice to see all of you, and Aaliyah, it's nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Great to meet all of you.
Yeah.
And my name's Chuck, by the way. I guess I should tell you that.
Where are you from, Chuck?
I currently live in central Missouri, pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I'm from Illinois originally, but many years ago.
All right, love that.
Nice.
Me too. I'm from Illinois many years ago.
Yes, and you were actually from Chicago as well, right?
Right.
I was born,
but I lived in Chicago.
And I was born just outside of Chicago in Oak Lawn, but I was raised in Southern Illinois, but many years ago.
Yeah.
Just
I fled the state.
Yeah.
that bad?
Well, you never know till you live somewhere else. I've lived a lot of places over the years. So
that's true.
Nice.
That's true.
Awesome.
So
How's
what's
your
your
day
story?
going?
What's your story? Sorry.
yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, so I was conceived in November in 1963. No,
Hey,
sorry.
sharecropper, brother. I get it. He was born the son of a sharecropper.
I won't start there. It only take about 4 days to go through. No, I was really was overweight, severely obese, really as a young kid, which was pretty rare when I grew up. So weighed about 242 at 14. I'm about 5'6", so I'm not very tall. And I had a stretch where I lost quite a bit of weight, but by my mid 20s, I just gained weight and I went through the whole diet cycle thing. You lose 30 pounds, gain it all back. I hit my max weight probably, 5 or 6 years ago, something like that, maybe a little longer, of about somewhere north of 265. And about 4.5 years ago, I found keto, and really kind of like mainstream keto at that time, count net carbs and, eat keto snacks. And I did lose about 55 pounds, but I still ate all kinds of processed food. And eventually, that's like a gateway drug for me. So eventually I gained most of that back and just kind of muddled around until, I don't know, a year, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that. And really started doing real whole food keto and moved pretty quickly to carnivore. Mostly, I am about 8 out of 10 days. I'm pretty strict carnivore. And, I lost probably about 110 pounds. I weighed 157 this morning. And probably about half a dozen.
I
What's Russ?
I was 157 when I was born. We have something in common.
So yeah, I was 9 pounds 6 ounces. I think I was a little shy of you, Russ, when you were born. But But no, it's been, you know, and a lot of health issues. It's really ironic. I always thought I was in pretty good health because, you know, I wasn't on a bunch of medications at the time, but yeah, I was, you know, pre-diabetic and had high blood pressure and 30 plus years of gout. It was just a host of kind of things. And, you know, when all of that stuff is gone. So it has been life altering in ways that I really probably didn't believe could happen, honestly, when I started. You know, I hoped for those kind of things, but I'd failed so many times in the past. And let me just real quickly commend Ron, who was just on. I think it was Ron, Overcoming Carbs, and also Russ. Here's the thing, and I tell people this all the time: it takes real courage to start a YouTube channel in the beginning. I'd lost 80 pounds before I did it. Because I had fear that, you know, I'd failed dozens of times before. And I just thought, you know, if I fail again, I just as soon fail in the privacy of my own home and not actually share it with the world. Right. And so it takes real courage. I really commend people. There's a good number of people that have done it. And I think it's very needful and very helpful. So it's a great thing to do that.
I really appreciate you saying that, Chuck. But I, you know, and I get where you're coming from that aspect, but to me, I just see it a little differently. It's kind of like if you're a prisoner trapped in a cage and the guard leaves the key and you let yourself out, your next thought is to let other people out.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. You could just run off and leave but you know, I was trapped in a cage, man.
Yeah.
40 years. And when I finally got out of that cage, my first thought was, I got to tell everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, I got to tell everybody. And it doesn't matter, you know, what I do what they do when I let them out of the cage. They may stay in the cage, you know. I mean, I don't know, but that was my thought is like, you know, there's thousands of people out there like me, and I got to let them know, man, there's a way out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That was more my way of looking at it. That's, you know, and that's the message I have for people. Don't look at me. I try to shine the light on the doctors and the scientists and give people the information. I'm just a moron that does silly things on the internet. But if I can get you to, you know, laugh or smile and point you to Dr. Berry or Dr. Hampton or Chafee or Bickman or any of the people that I listen to, that's ultimately the answer. It's not
right.
watch me or listen to me because, you know, like I said, I'm you know, I'm not that guy, but I just want to shine the light on the path for people. That's really the way I look at it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We share our story. And in the end, you know, we're all adults and we all make choices. I just want people to know they actually have a choice because I'm like you. I just turned 59. You know, I spent virtually all of my adult life as severely obese or at least obese. And I never knew that there was any other way besides just the normal kind of drivel about eat less and move more and starve yourself. And, you know, I weighed 270 and the message is do vigorous exercise 30 minutes a day and eat 2 carrots and you'll lose weight. And if you can't do that, it's your fault. Right. And so I never knew there was something that actually worked. And so that's what I want to do now. And YouTube is incredible because I've been able to tell more people in the last 3 months than I could have in my entire life. Right. About my story, which is why keto and carnivore and those things have exploded. You know, 30 years ago, I could have never found this diet. I couldn't, you know, there are people that were doing it, but I would have never known. And now we have that opportunity not only to learn for ourselves, but to certainly share our story.
Well, you know, Atkins, I learned about Atkins in the 2000s, but I just thought it was a fad. I thought it was just a ridiculous thing. It flew in the face of everything I'd ever known about health and nutrition. And I didn't have any health problems other than being overweight. And I was petrified that if I started a program like that, I would develop those problems too.
Right.
You know, stroke and, you know, clogged arteries and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't want that. I'm like, I'll just be fat, but at least I won't have those other problems. And like I said, I just poo-pooed it, and it wasn't until I got to basically a rock bottom place that I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, then I found out everything that I thought I knew I didn't really know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so tell us about your channel. Where is it? Where can people find you? What kind of you do on there?
So the channel it's called Breaking Thin, and if you go there, you can find it. Someone left a comment and said I should just change my name to Thin now, but I said maybe Slim because I wear a cowboy hat unless I'm sitting in the house. But
I'm gonna start I think I'm gonna start another channel called Breaking Chairs.
Hey, Breaking Chairs.
Whatever.
So it's Breaking Thin. It was actually 12 weeks ago today I started my channel, and
Nice.
I was exactly like Ron. By the way, I thought in the beginning I could make my my wife watch my videos and maybe a couple of my daughters, and
Nice.
but you know what? I've just been incredibly surprised at the reaction, the number of people that and what I tell is just my story. And then other things that that I come across. I like to talk about things that are do you weigh every day? Do you not weigh? Why do I? Stuff like that. And I've got to interview some people, Professor Barquet, which was huge. I was incredibly nervous when he was on my channel, and I was on Dave's channel at No Carb Life last Sunday night, and I mean, it's just incredible the things, the change in my life, not just my health, not just my weight, but my life in general. Just the way I look at life. All of those things are different. And ultimately, I really think that there's like a wholesale lack of hope in the world.
Yeah.
And I know that there are people just like me that feel like they've just been trapped and they've been given crap advice their whole life about how to lose weight. And in the end, I my hope is just for people to be able to be encouraged, to know that just because you fail doesn't mean you're a failure. Failing is what we do, not who we are. And just because you've been given bad advice your entire life doesn't mean there's not a way out. And so ultimately, that's really what I want to do. I just want to at least give people the choice, like you were saying, Russ. They may not get out of the cage, they may never leave the cell, but at least now they have the option. Right there is a way to do something different. And so I love to do it, and I'll keep doing it as long as I can, I suppose. As long as people will show up and click on a video once in a while, I'll keep putting them out.
Yeah, I love
awesome.
that. I love that. I love that story. I love that attitude. That's what we got to do. This world is just full of people that are sick and dying and suffering and struggling. And I talk about it on my channel. There's so much to overcome for people. Not only your food cravings and addictions and your personal struggles, but you got the medical establishment. You've got your friends and family. You've got big pharma. You've got big agriculture. I mean, there's just so many battles to fight. So we've got to, like I said, shine the light, try to show people the way, and never forget that the message is the most important thing.
Yeah. And let me just say, for my wife, who may be she has headphones and she can't hear me, but she'll see it later. But no, it's nothing bad. I'm actually going to say a really nice thing. One of my rules is you don't speak about your spouse poorly in public, because you're one flesh, and when you speak poorly about your spouse, you speak poorly about yourself, because if your spouse is terrible, then you were an idiot, you married her. So that's a rule. But no, you mentioned this, Russ, when you were just talking. I've known so many people, well, I shouldn't say I've known, comments, and that have talked about how they try to do this because they desperately want to get healthy, they want to lose weight, and their spouse or their family is just totally unsupportive. And there's so much to overcome, like you mentioned. And in many ways, I've been so blessed and so fortunate. My wife has been thinner her entire life. She weighed 99 pounds when we got married.
Wow.
But she cared so much about my health. And she used to tell me, I don't care if you're fat. I just don't want you to be unhealthy. I don't want you to die next week, right? And when I started doing keto, she did keto with me. When I started doing carnivore, she did carnivore with me.
Nice.
I'm going to do a beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. She'll do it with me. I mean, you know, and she lost 20. She was up to 135, like a Macy balloon, right? I mean, but even she lost 20 pounds.
Wow.
And so, you know, she has no need to do that. She's in great health and, you know, her body weight is great, but she still does it with me because, you know, because I mattered, right? My health mattered. And I'm really fortunate and blessed to have her. And it's a great thing because I know so many people don't, that their families and sometimes even their spouses almost not just not do it with them, but really discourage them. And I know it's an incredibly difficult thing.
Yeah, it's not always from a bad place. You know, a lot of times your relatives and your family is in their minds, they're looking out for you. You know, they're like, going to kill you. I mean, they're coming from a good place in many instances, but still.
Yeah, they mean well, but
they
just don't understand, right? Because they believe what we believed for, you know, decades, right? All that stuff would kill you. And now I'm in better health than I have been in probably 30 years.
Yeah, well, I hate to break this to you, but you're probably going to have to keep her around. Our 31st anniversary is coming up in next month, and so as long as I tell people, thank you. I tell people I've been happily married for 30 years, and my wife's been happily married most of those. Yeah. Right. That is awesome. Well, listen. I can't. Listen, I really enjoyed you coming by. Tell everybody where they can find you, and of course, you know, you hit us with the regrilling, and you're welcome back here anytime, Chuck. You know that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and very nice to meet you guys. And Holly, really nice to see you. And I know you're going to be on in September. Again. In September, you're going to be on my channel, and maybe this weekend. You let me know.
I will let you know later tonight. September 16th, y'all. September 16th.
Yes, that's the party.
Big party.
Yeah, you can Breaking Thin is the channel. You do a search, you will find me. I really appreciate you guys having me on, and I will absolutely stop back by sometime. I had a great time. And yes,
awesome.
And by the way, if we be grilling, my wife is loving it because she'd rather eat steaks grilled at home than anywhere else.
Yeah.
We
grilling, baby.
We grilling, baby. That's exactly right. Thank you very much. It was great to meet you guys. I really appreciate the time and having me on.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Chuck.
Come back.
All right, I will. Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, we need to do a poll. We got to do a poll.
Okay.
Who's younger? Everyone in the chat, let me know who's younger, me or Damon.
Yes.
Hey, please let us know who's younger.
Hey, who's younger or who looks younger?
Oh, both.
Right. Yes. My answer is yes.
My answer is yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to answer that.
Not you guys. I want to know from the chat. I mean, because Rick and I were talking. Apparently, I look 32 years old. And I'm so
there you go.
But if you go back 6 months ago, I did not look very 32 years old. I looked a lot worse. I had like I don't know. I had like this big chin. I had the saggy jowls, and I was like, oh, maybe it's because I'm getting old. No,
you might look 32, but that crow's foot looks like 40.
The what? The what? I didn't even hear what he said. Luckily,
she must be 32, Russ, because she don't know what a crow's foot means.
Yeah, wait. That's true. I'm just kidding. Jokes. They're just jokes. I'm a big old clown. You know this. Just jokes.
So, everyone, Damon Holly, this handsome boy right here is 29 years old. There you go.
Woo!
Cat's out of the bag. I'm old.
Whippersnapper.
I'll be 40. 16 September.
So you win, Alia.
I do. I win the
Yep,
cute
you win.
contest on the screen.
You have the higher number. You have more points.
All right, we got. I think someone's ringing the doorbell.
You have any more questions or anything?
Not yet. Not yet.
All right.
Just people. Just
Yep.
people saying hi.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, we be grilling.
Yeah, buddy.
Grilling.
Love it. John, where are you from, John?
I'm out here in East Tennessee in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains.
Is that like
Nice.
Johnson City? Crossville?
I'm not too far from there. I'm in about 45 minutes from Knoxville. I'm out here near Morristown.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, I had some family that used to live out in Crossville, Tennessee, out there, and I got accosted by some backwoods cops out there. It's a long story, but not for this channel.
Nice. So
Well, it's good talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got here. I wasn't sure if my internet was going to support this, so it's good to see it's working.
Yep.
Yeah.
So far.
I'm glad it worked. Thanks for being here.
So you pretty
Yeah.
close to Gatlinburg then?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you pretty close to Gatlinburg then?
I can be in Gatlinburg in an hour.
Okay, nice. That's awesome. Been there quite a few times. Beautiful area.
Love that. Well, tell us about.
Oh, I love it around here. We moved back from here. Well, I used to live in Nevada, and we moved out here about 10 years ago. We bought 15 acres of wooded backcountry here. We've cleared off a third of an acre. We're building a homestead right now. The room I'm in is a 12 by 17 cabin that we built. We're getting ready to break ground on the main house, which will be about 22 by 51, about 1,200 square feet. And we're just living the life out here in the East Tennessee woods.
Nice.
I gotcha. So,
Living
so
the dream.
basically, so your internet signal comes through the trees, is what you're saying. That's what
I got Starlink, and I've been cutting down trees to make room for it, so my internet would work better.
Gotcha. Yeah. Starlink. There you go. All right.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've dropped about half a dozen trees over the last 2 weeks to clear up some of the skyline to give me a little bit better internet.
Yeah. So what kind of
Nice.
speed do you get on the Starlink out there?
I'm getting about 100 down, about 15, 20 up.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad, except for there's a little bit of a lag every once in a while. So you might see the video stutter from my end,
Okay.
and that's
there's
just
a little bit of a lag.
Starlink. I still got some trees in my way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I got some more work to do. I'm gonna have to move put probably a 30-foot mast up and get the Starlink up higher.
That's a
Nice.
heck of a challenge.
Yeah. So tell us about
It's all good.
So tell us about your
Well, so back in February, I was preparing for my garden, and I was surfing YouTube, and I found this gardening website that I like to follow. She's a real nice lady, Roots and Refuge, and she started talking about her carnivore journey, and I ended up listening to her whole story and about how she went through all this and she had gone through excruciating pain and her whole testimony to it. And I was like, wow, that's fascinating, because she had dropped a ton of weight, and you could see it from her videos, because I've been following her for a few years. And so I started doing research into it, found Dr. Ken Berry's, and of course, then I jumped in that rabbit hole of videos, because there's only 500 of them on his page.
Mhm.
And by March 1st, me and the wife decided that we were going to start carnivore. first few days were obviously rocky, trying to cut all the sugars out, not the sodas. And, then it just went down from there. I mean, within a week or so, I had lost 15 pounds. She had lost 5 pounds. We just continued on. The weight kept coming off. I felt better. My plantar fasciitis, if I said that proper, I don't know if or not, but said that proper, but my pain in my feet went away within like 2 weeks. My body aches, my inflammation, the getting out of bed in the morning, all that, I started waking up before my clock, which has never happened in my entire life. Ever since a teenager, I like to sleep in. But now I'm waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, whether I like it or not.
We do. We do.
So I went, about 4 months, and then I went in to see the doctor, and I got my lab work done, and my labs dropped. My A1C a year ago was 7.1, and my labs here in July were 5.7 for my A1C. So that's, that was a dramatic drop, and I stopped taking metformin. My LDLs were still about where they were, which was high according to everybody, but we won't have that argument today. My HDLs went up a little bit. My triglycerides dropped dramatically, and my ratio of triglycerides to HDLs went from 4.7 to 1.5. In 4 months.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And so, and then here over the last couple weeks, I got to a point where I was starting to get lightheaded when I bent over, and I've been monitoring my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was getting down into really low levels. So we ended up taking me off of my HCTZ here in the last 2 weeks. So now I'm down to 1/4 of the blood pressure medicine I was taking a year ago. I'm off metformin. My blood pressure is still stable. The last couple of weeks, I've had a stall in my weight loss because of coming off of the blood pressure medicine. But as of this morning, I'm back on track. I got back to the weight that I was, 2 weeks ago. So, we're, the wife's doing good on it, and we're just like I said, living the life out here in the East Tennessee woods.
Yeah, man.
Why are you backwards?
Yeah, that's why we call it backwoods. I'm a little bitty 1-lane road. You come out to my property, it's a 1-lane road. You got to pull over to the side to let somebody pass.
Oh wow! I can't. Oh, so great, so great.
Yeah.
Things I miss about the United States.
I'm gonna get my drone out and do some drone video of the area, and I'll post that up on my page.
Nice. I would love to see
on my
that.
channel.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
now tell us
Really
about
cool.
your channel. What goes on your channel there, and what's the name? Where's it at? Where can they find you?
So my channel is Carnivore Backwoods. I live in the backwoods. I'm, building a homestead. So my theory was we'll talk about carnivore because I got a big passion for it now. I don't know if I call it the, like the carry bug, I just suddenly have to preach it to everybody. But I'm also, you guys all know what I'm talking about if you follow Carrie at Homestead Hell.
Yeah. Oh my God.
End of the show.
Anyhow, we're going to build some property out here. I'm living off grid. I live off solar. We have a rainwater collection system that handles most of our water system. We have spring water for cooking and drinking, but we use rainwater for everything else. I figure I can post some videos talking about how I set all that stuff up. Building the cabin. Obviously, that's going to be a big project to build this cabin, and we're going to post some videos on that. So I'm going to put it all together as my plan. We'll see.
I love
Sounds
that.
like growing vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, my screensaver popped on. Sorry. Yeah. And I'm not growing any vegetables. Yeah, that's funny because like I said, I started to plan to grow a garden, and I watched. Yeah, Aaliyah's killing me. I planned to start a garden, and I didn't plant. I think we planted like one row of lettuce, and I think we planted some basil, and that was the extent of it. We're like, nope, we don't need any of this stuff anymore.
I love that,
awesome.
man. It's like everybody, hey, you're basically doing the moonwalk through civilization, man. Everybody's going one way, you're going the other way.
Pretty much, but I've talked a few people into the carnivore. I got some friends at work that are started carnivore, and they're doing good and lost weight. And I've talked to another friend of mine at work that she's got some health issues, and I gave her some information. I shot her one of Ken Berry's videos. So just good things going on. You just gotta plant the seeds and see how it grows.
Now, have you run into any wild animals out there? Any I don't know, coyotes or bears or lions or tigers? What's out there in them backwoods, man?
I've seen bobcats out here. I got coyotes. Of course, we got all the foxes and skunks and all the other stuff that goes with it. I got deer running up on the upper property. That's on my list of things for, to be working on this fall. No bears in the area that I'm aware of, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was.
Yeah, that's I hear you, brother. Not the life for me, but God bless you out there, brother. God bless you.
I might be moving to a.
I love it out here. I love it out here.
Nice. Sorry, it's the delay. My husband and I are looking to move to like a cabin in the mountains. We have one actually, and we're thinking about it. So thank you about the information about Starlink, because I got to deal with Starlink if I live there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Starlink is good, but you got to get a clear sky. You can't have any trees in the way.
Oh, we don't have.
Right now, I still have trees in the way to my east and to my west.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah. So no trees.
That's why I'm going to try to get it up about 30 feet to give me. It goes up at a 100-degree angle, and you got to get up above the trees to get it, where it actually sees the sky.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, I'd come out.
I think for well, you come out, we'll grill something up.
Hey, listen, well, you just have to make sure that welcoming committee is, the last time I was there, the welcoming committee was not so welcoming.
What?
Oh, don't worry about it, brother. I got your back.
That's all I need. That's all I needed. No, seriously, I used to have my brother lived out there, and just very quickly, I rolled through there at about midnight, and let's just say 6 cops and the chief of police had a welcoming committee for me. So that was
you have
a
a
long
sound
time.
effect for that, Adam.
It was back in the 90s. That was back in the 90s. Long time ago. Was in backwoods Tennessee was probably 93, 94. Yeah. So
wow.
I'll tell you about that story one of these days. I'll tell you about that story, John, one of these days after we're not on a live stream.
Right.
Yeah, I want to hear that story.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. I don't think my internet's gonna hold that much more.
Oh, yep. I got you. Well, listen, guys, go check out my man John there, Carnivore Backwoods.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, all that stuff, man. He's a friend of the show now, and we got to have you back. Keep raising up that Starlink higher and higher, brother, and we'll have you back.
I might go borrow somebody else's internet and go to their house to get on here live, but we'll make it happen. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, we
appreciate you.
Thanks, John. We appreciate you.
All right. And we're grilling, right?
We grilling,
baby.
I love it.
We're grilling, baby. All right.
Take care, John.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thanks for coming
Awesome.
to the cookout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
Drop that
hot
mic.
dogs for me now. No.
Yeah, I ain't going out there.
Let's see.
Yeah, they gonna read about me.
I think we had a couple questions on here. So
answer
something that I saw in the
questions.
chat earlier that I thought was
Yeah.
kind of interesting is that Rick, Charger Mopar, was actually vegan.
He was.
Oh,
He was
I didn't know that.
vegetarian.
I was.
He
Oh, yeah.
was out of pure pressure.
I was
Wow.
a vegetarian for a little bit, but yeah.
It was like 3 months and he got sick.
Oh man, yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Oh shoot, there was here. If John wants to see this, if he can
Uh-oh,
answer
there's
in
Brian.
the private chat, it's a question for him.
In the backwoods,
He lives in the backwoods. You probably heard that.
right under a lot of trees.
45 minutes from Crossville.
There you go.
Yep.
Rick is waiting for a heart attack. We do have a question.
Does Rick have scurvy yet, though?
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask right now. Rick, do you have scurvy? So breaking thin. Did Damon work out while he was losing weight?
Yes, I was working out, and I'm still working out.
Nice.
So I'm doing a mix of cardio and weightlifting.
Yeah, I quit my gym membership.
That's it.
You know,
You
hey,
don't want to waste money on those memberships.
Yeah,
You can work out at home for free.
Yeah.
Look, you may have heard of it. It's called the Golden Corral. That was my gym.
The 12-ounce girls.
Wait, Golden Corral is like that place where afterwards you want to puke because you just ate all that garbage. It's like
Right.
not. It's
Yeah,
it's full.
that was my
Isn't
man. I
it all
remember
you can eat
the Golden
garbage?
Corral. I worked out there 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah.
All right, so we got some questions here.
I do 3 or 4 plates. I do 3 or 4 plates. You know,
I could do 3 or 4 plates at El Corral, Golden Corral.
hey, look, listen. We should get the entire keto or carnivore community, and we should flash mob Golden Corral and run them out of meat.
There you go.
We should. Let's see. Rick answered our question. I am scurvy.
Whoa!
Oh,
He's the essence
scurvy
of
dog.
scurvy.
Scurvy dog.
Nice.
Don't you ever, Adam, get on the sound effects?
Right? Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
You scurvy dog.
Well,
Bob says Golden Corral have many good meat options here. Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
So
I get some of that too.
I like the French fry and ice cream options. Okay, I have a question. It's a very important question. When you go to Wendy's, do you get the Frosty and French fries and dip the French fries into the Frosty? Is that just a Chicago thing?
No,
that's not just a
it's-
Chicago thing.
Oh,
Everybody
it's
does
Don't do
Because I
that.
told my husband about it. And he thought I was crazy. I'm like, no, you dip the French fries in the Frosty.
Yes.
Everybody doesn't do that.
Okay. Not anymore.
Russ is looking at you
Not
like you're an
anymore, yeah.
idiot, Alia.
Everybody does not do that. Don't believe Dana. Don't believe B. Holly. Holly's just trying to, he's just trying to make you
Used
feel better
to.
about that
Key
ridiculous-
word.
Golden Corral band, Rick.
Yeah.
Okay. Carnivore Backwoods. He's in Washburn, Tennessee.
Washburn.
And then we got a breaking the good night all. It was great being on. Thanks again. Thank
Yeah,
you for
thanks,
being
Chuck.
here.
Yeah, I like Chuck. Yeah, that Chuck. I like Chuck.
Cool dude.
Yep.
Natalie Spencer, do y'all take electrolytes? When I feel like it. Only 2 people are answering this question. I answered one of them. So what about you, Damon?
Jeez, he's got him on hand.
Oh, wow. Nice.
You have him in a holster?
Yeah.
Yep.
You like toy holster. What state do you live in?
Wow.
That's comedy right there. I
I'm
love
feeling
that.
our camera
Coming Nice.
Okay, Adam, you can answer this question also if you like.
My answer is negative.
Negative. But you
I
need
am not.
salt.
I am not electrolytes.
You're
Unlike
not
Rick.
Yes, that's a yes.
You didn't
That's
ask
a
me,
yes.
but I don't take electrolytes, but I do drink the Bickman shake about once a week. So okay, so how often do you take those electrolytes, D? I mean, how often do you do that?
A couple times a day.
Oh,
Drop it in my water.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I drink a Bickman shake about once a week. It's got like all the minerals in it, but it's only once a week.
Russ, tell us what is in the Bickman shake because I do not know.
Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, I'm going to do a video on this on my channel because people ask me about supplements and stuff, and it's the only product that I buy. Ben Bickman, who is one of the people that changed my life, and everybody pretty much knows who he is. I think the name of the company is called Health Code, HLTH Code, CODE, but I'm not 100% sure. But he has they call it a meal replacement, which it is most definitely not unless you're a mosquito. But it's supposed to be a meal replacement, and it's low low carb, high protein, high fat, and it tastes good. It mixes well. I don't mix it the way they tell you to. You're supposed to use like 8 ounces of water with 2 scoops. I use 8 ounces of unsweetened coconut milk, 4 ounces of heavy cream, and 3 scoops. Because if you do it the other way, it's just enough to make you mad. Yeah, but it has so many vitamins and minerals, but it's high protein, high fat, low carb. The way I make it is like 7 carbs. The way you're supposed to make it, it's only like 4. But I take it with me anytime I travel. Like I went down to the summit, I had a couple shakes in my room. I can get the shelf stable. I get the shelf stable unsweetened coconut milk. It keeps forever. You know, you don't have to refrigerate unless you open it. So I take some of that with me and some heavy cream, and I have like the shaker, and I just mix it and I shake it up and drink it. And I do that once, sometimes twice a week with my second meal because generally my first meal of the day is a 0 carb meal, just steak and eggs, bacon and eggs, sausage and eggs, something like that typically. Then my second meal of the day is usually some type of carbs, whether it's just a little bit of vegetables or tomato sauce, salsa, guacamole, things like that. And if I don't have that, I may just make like a steak and shake kind of deal. And if you like something sweet, you can make it and throw some, sugar-free whipped cream or something in there. I endorse it. I like the product, and I definitely endorse it. But it does have all the same electrolytes in it.
Nice.
We got an interesting question here.
Uh-oh.
Carnivores worry about fiber much? Gut health a thing? I'm not so good at sarcasm. But there might be some in here. Or is this a real question? So I'm going to talk now. Everyone else shut up. 6 years. 6 years. The most fiber and vegetables I ate in my entire life. Oh, let me show you all a photo of that, by the way. Worst gut health I've ever had. Diarrhea, pain, just terribleness for 6 years. And yeah, let's do that. And let's see how let's see how fluffy I was.
That's not you.
This is called
fluffy.
Well, no, there's probably lots of burgers in here also, but there was definitely salad. No. Sorry. You don't need fiber. I know it goes against everything you've ever been taught. I have not eaten 1 stitch of fiber in months. Maybe I had a bite of salad actually, and it had some salad dressing on it, which might have been questionable. Minutes later, I was farting. Minutes later, after having a couple bites of salad, I was farting. So this question got me on a roll. My gut health is better than it has been probably my entire life. Who else wants to talk now that I've beating this to a dead horse.
I've been
I
fine.
don't know that you cleared that picture with the sensors before you put it up. I'm just
But did you see the cute baby?
Yes.
Baby. He's now 7.
Wow.
no carnivores do not worry about fiber. They don't. No. I don't think any keto. I think most keto people don't. I don't. I'm not. I wouldn't. I'm carnivore somewhat, but yeah, I don't care about fiber or calories. I just eat as much as I want of the things that I eat.
There you go. I've got to put up a comment here in a second.
I don't worry about fiber at all. And gut health, I guess, is a thing, because if you don't feel healthy in your guts, it obviously sucks. But since I've been on carnivore, I haven't had any issues whatsoever after the first 2 weeks. After the first 2 weeks, well, that was violence in the laboratory that I don't want to revisit. But once I got past that, gut health is absolutely 100% perfect. So I don't worry about any of it.
Yeah. Here, I got a comment here. Let's see. I love vegetables. They don't love me back. It makes me sad. That's me.
Right.
I wish they did. Okay. So who else wants to answer the fiber question? Damon, did you say something?
Yeah. Russ interrupted. It's all good. No, I've been fine ever since I've been mostly carnivore. I haven't had any issues, so all good here.
All good here. And how long have you been eating basically zero fiber?
Probably past 8+ months.
Nice. And I want to say that my chronic diarrhea, IBS, changed within like a week. So fiber doesn't help that. It must not, or else I would have been doing the right thing and losing weight and feeling healthy, which I did not do, eating lots of things that were very fibrous and wondering what was wrong with my body because I couldn't digest the salads like I'm supposed to. In fact, the salads often went in this way and then you saw them in the toilet.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, Russ. Sorry.
There he goes. He's gone.
All right, we got it. So I wonder if this was a real question. I mean, it is a real question, but we loved it anyways. Okay, Natalie, do you all eat plenty of organ meats? I will eat tomorrow lungs, kidneys, and heart. I'm going to try that out. I'm doing a video about it. I do like liver pate. A lot. I love liver sausage, but I don't eat enough of it. You guys excited about my video?
You better not throw up.
Look, Russ is really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like
that's white people's carnivore. Brothers ain't doing it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, brothers ain't down with that.
Man, I got a mixed family, Russ, and I know y'all eating pig's feet.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's not an organ. That's not a liver.
An oxtail. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Natalie, I don't either. All right. So did everyone get their say about the organs? Because I just realized what time it is.
Oh, yeah. No, I do not eat organs, and I probably never will. I will
should.
live that experience through people like Alia.
Yeah.
Vicariously is the word.
The
Vicarious.
brothers don't eat the organs. We play the organ. That's
Right. Nice.
There we go. Someone just pointed out that skin is an organ. So I guess if you're eating bacon and pork belly, you're eating organ.
Yeah.
Maybe.
True.
Hey, listen, don't get banned from the channel now. I'm just telling you, you can get banned. You can get
Me?
banned. No, whoever commented. We're not banning anybody. Big tent. We love everybody.
All right. All right. I'm sad to say. Yeah.
We're getting close. We'll take one more question.
We'll take one last question, people in the chat. We love you. One more question. Yes. Okay. Okay. Listen, I have a very important question for you all. Why are pigs so fat if they don't eat fat? Go, Adam. Why are pigs so fat if they don't eat fat?
Because they have small brains.
I'm talking about the animal, by the way. Damon.
Right.
So fat.
I don't know. I guess they hold on to everything they eat.
Right.
Russ.
Yeah, you are going to get banned from the channel. It's not National Geographic Channel. I don't.
Okay, listen, people. We're all overweight because we're eating grains like pigs. Wait.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Pigs only eat grains.
Exactly.
Next time, just say that.
Ross half right then.
That's a good thought. Is there any obligate carnivores that are fat or overweight?
No.
I don't think there is.
No. Just like your house pets.
Right.
Anybody's house pets because they feed them the wrong foods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit us with a question, Russ.
Why do I have to?
Because
that's a good question.
Hey,
I guess you don't.
Hey, that's my question for the show. You gonna ask me that a year from now? I'll be like, why do I have to?
Right.
I have no questions, just jokes.
Oh, you want to hit us with a song on the way out?
What about? I guess I could. You want to hear an old one or a new one?
I've only heard like 3, so they're all new to me.
Well, that's true. We can go Luther Vandross, old school Luther Vandross. It's so amazing on keto. I'm in the bathroom, but I don't have to go.
Love it. Love it.
And with that, we're calling it a night.
Yep. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. We appreciate you. We appreciate you hanging out in the chat. Stay tuned for next week, same time, 9 o'clock Eastern. And we hope to see you there. And with that, we grilling, baby.
We grilling,
baby.